And that's it. We're live. Guys, I don't know where Matt is. I texted him. Don't know where he is. It's one of those shows again, where you don't know where Matt is. But that's okay. We're freaking live. We're going at it. It's just me and you. We're hanging out. It's the pre-show. We're getting after it. Talk a little football, possibly. Um, if you're watching, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing up. Freaking Monday, 8 p.m. We're freaking live. Like I always say, whether Matt shows up or not, we're freaking doing the show. All right. This is a solo man, maybe. Maybe I'll call somebody, get them in on this pod. Who knows? But we are still going for the potty today with a little bit of drinkies. A good old drinky drink. Um, guys, we are right now. I'm watching the old fantasy football because I got the Seattle Seahawks defense, which is showing to be stout. 0 points given up so far in the first quarter. Oh, he finally wants to show up. Why? As soon as I start the stream, he's like, "Oh, I gotta get on." Oh man, what do you? Oh, that's what it was. Just had to go get some Mickey D's, didn't you?
Nope. Actually, no, I didn't go to get Mickey D's.
Okay, well, what'd you eat in that? What are you eating? Huh? You want to explain to the audience what?
Kaylee grabbed Mickey D's.
Why you
I had a
late?
call
Oh, please.
for freaking work that pissed me off.
Yeah, freaking
I
right, dude. I
think
don't
I might
freaking
have broke
believe
my
you.
hands,
How did you
my
break your hand?
knuckles.
You didn't punch a wall, did you? Did you freaking punch a wall? You did not. You that drywall, dude.
No, it's not the drywall.
Oh, did you freaking punch?
You see that?
No, I can't see it. Hang on, let me make yours bigger. Nah, it's grainy.
Oh well. Yeah. There you go. That's all the proof I need.
I think you're making it up, but whatever.
It's a little swollen.
Well,
Hands a
talk me
little
through
swollen.
the call. Talk me through the call, Matt.
No,
What
I
went
I
well?
don't. I'm pissed, man. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about
Well, I'll tell you about my day. Funny story.
it. Let's just say I owe probably like 500 push-ups.
Ooh, man, you dirty dog. Anyways, so one of the things I like to do when I am at work is listen to my music with my AirPods.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I don't really like taking them off for anything.
You just keep them
Just
on.
keep them on all day.
Okay.
And I am using the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them decides to fall off
Mm. Ugh.
and drop right into the freaking toilet, dude. I was like, no,
Oh, baby.
this isn't happening. I've seen it. I've seen it on like the shows, like the freaking videos, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
TikToks. But it happened to me. It's true. It happens. And
So,
I
what
had to
did you
dig down
do?
there, dude. I freaking dug freaking down there. I'm not gonna freaking leave my AirPod down there. I freaking use those all the time. I spent some
Hold up. Hold
good
up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Was it number one or number two?
number 3, dude. Both.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You were sitting on the toilet and it happened.
So yeah, it went like right between my legs, and there's like this little gap usually between your thighs and like the edge of the toilet. So it's like a space of like maybe, I don't know, that big or something like that, like that big. and
It's
it
like a
just fell
triangle opening.
yeah, something like that, and it fell perfectly in there, and I'm like, frick. And I just washed my hands for a long time. I don't know. I haven't tested it out since. Like that AirPod, I don't think I want to, but
Did you
like,
clean it?
yeah, but I'm not an
I have to
idiot.
ask.
Do you think I'm a goof?
A freaking idiot. Yeah.
Please,
Everybody knows the freaking golden rule. Never wear your
please.
freaking headset
Yeah, so
or AirPods.
that was my my day today. One of the you know my thing. That's how it is, dude.
Mom, I think I may end up quitting my job, dude.
No way.
I'm just really starting to hate my job so much. Yeah. I'm tired of having to twist people around to work with me and tired of
Dude, well, if you want a job, I can get you a job, but
making money my freaking my idol, if you will. Like
oh
every
yeah, I know
day,
what you mean. Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
day just thinking about, "Oh my gosh, I got to get a sale. I got to make money. I got to do this. I got to."
Yeah.
And I don't know. The problem is the benefits are just I mean, the
Crazy
benefits are
good.
great, right?
Right.
Like I can work from home. You know, they're pretty lenient on certain things, but it's just like I don't know. I'm tired of making money at just the center of everything.
I feel
Like
you on that, dude.
I don't know. It's like I didn't
Well,
get the sale, so then I freaking punching my stupid wall because I didn't make the sale, and bruising up my knuckles, cussing up a storm. It's just not a. I don't know.
not a healthy I no, I know what you mean, dude. Where's the first Yeah, I know what you mean, dude. That's what I felt like when I was there too. That's what I freaking well, I didn't like it. So,
I just feel like I'm stagnant. Like I want to grow into something. I don't care what it is. I just want to elevate, keep growing. It could be in coaching. It could be in surefire local. I don't really care. I just want to feel like I'm not just in one place, stuck at one spot,
yeah.
and there's no movement. There's no growth opportunities. I just feel that's the way.
Hmm. Well, yeah,
But then
well,
if I
I know what you
leave,
mean.
then
Yeah.
I'll probably have a less paying job because if I'm gonna leave, I'm not gonna go do another sales job. Like
What would you do? What would you want to do?
I don't know, don't know. Haven't really thought about it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that you could do for us. I mean, all we got is sales jobs, basically. Sorry, dude.
No, I mean people have to make money.
I mean, but like ours isn't like cutthroat like yours is. I mean, we're small college, or not college, but small business. So I don't think you have to worry too much about it. But well, let's talk a little bit about this past weekend, Matt. We This is something that we've been
Hmm.
doing over the last few weeks, and I've enjoyed these
Mm.
conversations big time. If people don't know, Juice Giraffe, he's here. It is fun. Yeah. Juice Giraffe. Thanks for joining in. Joining in on all the reindeer games. Oh,
Joining
Reese says
every
IT is fun. Reese could get you in the IT world. Yeah. Or Juice Draft. My bad. Juice Draft can
How
get you in the
dare
IT.
you? How dare you?
Yeah. Matthew's just eating all his stress away in front of us
I'm
all.
hungry. I
I
am
love
eating
it.
my
I
stress
love it.
away.
That's great. Um, this past weekend, yeah, not that Reese, but yeah. But if you are looking, Matthew, if you are looking in to get into the IT world, I got a hook up for you. But anyways, over the past few weeks, we in the pre-show have been talking a little bit about sports. I know Juice Giraffe isn't going to be too hyped about this, but one of the things Matthew and I do on the side, besides the podcast and our job, is some football,
Sports ball.
some sports ball, as we all hear it. I got a burp. Sorry. It's not coming out. Anyways, um, this past weekend, the Crown College football took on the oh crap,
Westminster.
Westminster, the Blue Jays from Missouri. There it was. And they came out ahead this time, 25-17, getting their first win of the season. Not only was it the first one, but this was a first step of many for the season. They need to take 4 more steps to get to uh, the big dogs. Okay, here. This is their 5th game, and they have 4 more games, so they're more than halfway through the season. But anyways, this is their first step of many because this is a conference game, making them 1-0 in the conference, being one of the leaders throughout the conference. Not only though, I think what puts Crown College above all the rest in this conference is the leaders in this team. You've got multiple people leading Division 3 in tackles, in passing yard, in receiving yards. And not only that, it's 4 guys. You got Rudy as total tackles. He's leading actually in total tackles. He's leading the whole NCAA Division 3 with 58. Closest to him is 54 in total tackles. Now, if you in just the rankings and all that stuff, whatever you want to go, but in total tackles, he's leading that. He's technically number 3. I don't know. I think they go off of solo and assists, but technically, he's still freaking the top for solo tackles.
Yep.
I don't know, but and then for passing yards, we have the quarterback Diego Nerezzo, number 6, with 1,601 passing yards. Now, he could not get there with some dogs on receiving. And we've got 2 top, what is that? 25 Crown College. Terry Warner, he's number 23 with 455 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. And then sitting at number 17 is Christopher Seneca with 497 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading this whole conference right now. Now we have to give credit where it's due though right now, because Northwestern has only one guy that's leading the nation in Division 3 with more receiving yards, which is he's at 552 yards. And last game that helped him a lot. It almost doubled his whole receiving yards this whole season with 240 some yards. But Matthew, after last week's win, how are you feeling about this conference?
To answer Juice Giraffe's question of so why are they losing? I'll touch on that, and then I'll touch on your question.
Hit it
Um,
with us. Hit
so
us.
typically with any football team, especially in college, your first couple of games are non-conference games, right? So
Yep.
for us, to be honest with you, I mean we're in one of the lower bracket, the Division threes, I mean conferences that's out there. Um, I do think that's going to change here pretty soon, but we're one of the lowest. So anytime we play out of conference games, we're always playing teams that are typically more established teams, more seniors, more players, more options, more like just more, right? So those first four games for us to, I mean, if we look at all four of those games, they're all pretty dang close. And if you go back and watch the games, most of those games are 3 to 4 plays away from completely shifting the whole momentum of the game. So why are we losing? A couple different things. We are playing up to teams that are more established. That'd be like Colorado State playing Oregon, right? Colorado State is a fairly new program with a new head coach, new recruiting class, playing against Oregon, who's been established for quite some time. Similar in concept. So those first four games, I would say those are typically tougher games, which is why we lost. But going into conference, we're very confident because we just got our, we just played some really good teams, and now we're playing teams that are about our level. Meaning, like, hey, they have typically about the same recruiting class, similar pickings when it comes to recruiting. Um, the size of the schools are typically about the same. A lot of the schools that we play against early in the or in non-conference have like 3 to 4 times more students than we do. So um, it's just completely different football. Um, so I hope that answers your question. Going into conference, I think we knew this first week. I think we knew we had a really good shot at doing pretty well. Westminster's a pretty good, formidable running game or run team when it comes to their offense. We knew that they were going to run the ball a ton, but we also knew that they graduated a lot of guys a couple years ago, and recovering from recruit like graduating a ton of seniors is that you have to recruit more, and it's always a recruiting game with our level. We don't have a name and reputation that that people are just like, oh, I'm gonna go to Crown, or oh, I'm gonna go to Westminster. We really have to fight and scratch to get our name out there to get in front of more opportunity. Um,
Right.
Although I think it's starting to change here in Minnesota with Crown and how we're recruiting because kids know us and kids are actively reaching out to us, which is better, right? Like for an example, the reason why I bring that up, University of Northwestern, which is the team we play up coming up this week, everybody knows who they are from the cities. Everybody
Right.
does, right? So it's a household name that people are just gonna go to regardless of football. And they tend to just get some pretty decent players because they're a bit more established. They have more money to, throw at kids too. So it's just how it works. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my idea here from that question. And then I'm really excited for conference. I think we have a really good shot at winning the conference this year. We have a
Yeah.
really good shot. If we play ball, uh, if we execute the way we are supposed to, we can win this thing no matter no
Mm.
hands down. We
Yep.
can win this.
Oh yeah.
I think we can outscore any team that we come across. It just comes down to running the right routes at the right depth, catching the football, and protecting the football.
Oh yeah.
Catching the football and then protecting the football, two different things. So I think if we do those four things, we're going to be a big contender for the conference championship.
For sure. I
Yep.
think that's a huge testament for this coaching staff this year. Not gonna lie, I think they have really stepped it up over the past few years because this is I think kudos to Coach Womack and Coach Franz for what they've or and Coach Shorts as well for what they've been doing there. I gotta give them props because it's really I guess proud moment, I guess pride a little bit, because like I can look at this and say I was a part of this program to help make it into a powerhouse in, I mean, the UMAC now, which we're hoping though that this is something that we'll be able to continue on to do throughout seasons. This is a dynasty. We want to create this type of dynasty type of feel, and not just a one season,
One hit wonder or
one
something.
yeah, one hit wonder type thing. We're here and we want to be able to um, create depth and just show that we can be the big dogs, because we really do what we want. I believe this is what Crown wants, is that we want to be in one of the top D3 football programs in the country. And I think from this past offseason, I mean, offseason, not, I mean, these first four games when we were playing Hamlin, Simpson, Scholastica, Austin, I mean, we put up, I mean, like Matthew was saying, it was a very close, each game was pretty close. And we could compete with those teams. We definitely need to put some stuff together. That's 100% sure.
Yep.
But if we can put that stuff together, O lines, dogs, our freaking receivers, bunch of freaking dogs. Like every one of those guys could freaking just go out and make a play. I'm so like, that's an amazing feat to do. Our freaking running backs, freaking dog, freaking Wamsley's just freaking. He's freaking. I'm watching him develop over the season. I love it. Our Diego dog. Then we gotta. This is where we need to get better at though. Is our defense. Oof, our defensive line is really the big part. I think that we need to start stepping up in, and taking on blocks. Because if they can start taking on blocks or getting off blocks, at least, man, we could freaking do some damage there. Because I think our DBs, we're getting depth there as guys are coming back from injuries, and we saw a lot of that this past weekend. Also, I want to give props to the Westminster's quarterback. That guy could freaking play.
Yeah.
That guy could. He was hurdling guys, and we couldn't contain that. And that's one of the things I mean, for our D line, we gotta freaking contain. Um, and so we gotta get in, and I mean, we got to make some adjustments here first for Northwestern with our D line, because that's a huge. They're going to be running. They're going to be running all over us.
Number 5
Uh,
is a receiver. Their quarterback.
he was a receiver,
He's a receiver. Yeah. Looks like
really.
I think their quarterback got hurt last week or a week before.
Oh, that's right. I think I do remember that. Cause
Yeah.
the thing, yeah, I didn't even think about it. I wasn't even paying attention to that
I
really
was
at
like, who
all.
is this guy?
Yeah,
He's pretty good.
but they already got two quarterbacks.
Yeah, well sometimes you just gotta pull from within, man. Sometimes you
Because I
gotta
think
pull within.
number 8 was their quarterback. I don't know. And then number 10, I don't even know what happened to him. But yeah, I mean, props to him to stepping up for being that guy, because he was freaking going. He was freaking
He was running.
he was running pretty hard. He's doing it pretty good. Anyways, yeah. So, but we're right now showing that we are the team to beat, because University of Northwestern showed last weekend that they got some stuff to work on as well. They got some weaknesses. We just really need to contain basically one receiver for them, Bo Bew or whatever his name is. And then contain the running game. I think the running game is really what's going to be our. I think Northwestern is going to be really emphasis on this year week, just that run game.
Oh,
And
this is gonna be the longest football game I think I've ever been a part of. Crown College versus Northwestern this next week.
You think it's going to be the longest one because they're going to
Yeah,
be
because we
passing a
post the
bunch?
they pass a bunch, we pass a bunch.
But
It'll
I
be
don't
straight
think that's.
passing.
But I think universe. I don't know. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, you're just going to think they're going to be going out passing a bunch. I think they're going to see. Oh, Westminster was just running all over us. We're going to run all over them now. They're going to put some. They're going to probably put as many guys in the box as they can, and just open up holes if they
Maybe.
still got that. I if I was, I guess that if I was an opponent and I was watching those films, I'd be like, okay, we got to do some more running here with this team, and then that will open up the passing game. But we're gonna run it more than anything else. But this is a game that I want to win so bad.
This Saturday.
We
Yeah.
This Saturday, dude. I want to beat these guys so freaking bad. The last time we beat them was in 2010. And it was the only time we beat them, 30-24. And the thing, I was watching the replay of the last game that we played them last year, and that when they went for two, that was just disrespectful, just disrespectful. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna let these guys do that. If I don't know, I was like, it just makes me want to freaking come back and I'm freaking.
I want these guys
I'm
right
freaking.
now.
I don't want you here at all. Like this is frustrating. Get out of here. Anyways, but yeah, that's my whole thing on these guys because it's just you guys suck.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I this game is going to be for us to win this game. We're gonna have to use the run game. We're going to have to, and our O line is
Right.
gonna have to move some guys. And John, our running back is just gonna have to. I mean, he's gonna have to man up, right? Like
Yeah.
and really just freaking pound the rock. Like no one arm tackles, no getting tackled by one person. Like it takes 2 to 3 to 4 guys to take you down type of mentality. Um, because we have got to. I mean, they run a 3 down set, right? So three line, three D linemen, and then they have 4 backers. So I mean, they're gonna probably come out in a 3-2 5-man box, and they're gonna say, hey, we don't think you're gonna
You
be
can
able to
run.
pass the ball,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like, and we think that we're gonna be able to defend your run with 5 men in the box. I mean, that's what they're gonna have to do. And drop everybody else and say, hey, we're going to force you to run, and we think we're better than you. I think that's what's going to happen. Um,
Yep.
and so ultimately, I think if we plan on winning this game, that like we're going to have to run the ball. It's just going to have to happen. Bring everybody down into the box, shift them into a tight 3-4, and then be able to dump over the top or in the flat, obviously, and just um, pick them apart through the pass game. So I don't know. That's all I really got to say about it. I think it's a very winnable game. The only,
Yep. Agreed. It's very winnable.
yeah,
So winnable,
offense.
dude.
All they have. I mean, they got a guy. His running back's okay. He's okay. I think if we can contain him, he'll be fine. And then their guy, his name's Bo Burke, who's like their best receiver. Obviously, he's number one in the conference after this week, right? So like
Yep.
we're gonna have to be able to contain him, contain the running back and the quarterback, and I think we can win this game. Quarterback can
Yeah, I
scramble
think.
pretty good for a fat kid. Like this guy's like 6'2", 250. He's big,
Yep.
but he can move. It's kind of like Ben Roethlisberger. Um, but yeah, if we can contain the running back, quarterback, and Bo Burke, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, he looks like a lineman too from his in his
Yes, he does. From his photo, Yeah.
in his photo. Yeah,
He's got a worse double chin than I do.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and but his high school, he's from Snowflake,
Yeah, Snowflake.
Arizona.
State
What?
champion. He won the state championship in high school though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what that means though, because I think he's a 3A.
He's a
I
two-time
don't know
state
what type of
champ,
three.
3A Conference Player of the Year, Region Player. Yeah, how many conferences do they have though?
Yeah, I don't. I have no clue. I don't know if that's a good thing, bad thing. Because like if you go to some places, they only have up to I don't even know.
I don't know either.
How many conferences in like North Dakota? Let's see. High school
High
football.
school.
Yeah, I think it's 3A. Yeah,
Yeah, small
comes
definition.
up to 3A in North
3A
Dakota. I don't know what
conference
it's
in
like in
large section.
Arizona.
Yeah, so he's in a large, small, defined as so member schools shall be divided equally into small, large conferences, with small defined as 1A, 2A, and 3A conferences, and large defined as the 4A, 5A, and 6A conferences.
Oh, so he's 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. Looks like.
Yeah, so 30% to 40% of schools that students enrollment of 1,000 or less. So he's the top small school
Top small
in
school.
Arizona. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's saying. I guess. I mean, yeah. So, I mean,
I
that's
know
still
nothing
good.
about it, but whatever. I think regardless, we're gonna have to contain him and get a lot of pressure on him to
Yeah.
do make him read
I
the
mean,
wrong
but
routes, throw a
but
bad
the
ball.
other thing is that, like the old line. I mean, I was looking at some of their. I think their right tackle looked like just this big old guy. You have speed on that guy. So I'd say put some skinny guy, probably Conrad, out in the back. Maybe I don't know. I don't
I
know
have no
Conrad, but
clue.
he just I've never really watched it. I guess I watched him once, but he was just straight down the line of scrimmage. It was like, Conrad, you can't just go straight down the line of scrimmage. You got to contain. You are the D end.
Yeah,
But
I just want
anyways,
Rudy to
yes,
come down and crack this Bo Burt kid. He's pretty physical too. Bo Burt. He's a
yeah.
physical
Well,
runner.
break his friggin' hand again.
Bo Burke, the receiver.
Oh no, not Bo. Oh, I guess I thought you were talking about Caden Cantrell,
Oh
the
no,
quarterback. No, yeah, friggin' Bo Burks. Where is he from? Ogilvy, Minnesota.
Ogilvy. Billy.
Ogilvy. He was a
Oh
9-man.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Some of
He was
these
nine
night
man.
like we were recruiting. We got a
It was
kid
like
who was
nine
playing
man.
6-man. I think
Wasn't it like, yeah, 8 man
this
or something
last
like that?
8-man something.
Something like that. Yeah, it was kind of
I really
bad
hope
boy.
that they play number 23 on their offense. He's so bad.
Yeah, that's
Running back.
the running back.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I really hope so. But yeah, the thing about this, he he had before the Martin Luther game, he had 263 yards, and then he had 289 yards the Martin Luther game to put him up to 552. It was that one game, and I don't think Martin Luther is a very good, pass protect
Yeah.
type of team. So we'll see how we do. I really
Oh
we
no.
really have to get that.
Isaac.
What?
Isaac. Oh, give me 1 second.
Oh
Bear with me
yeah,
1 second.
go for the injuries always. Which school? This is Northwestern. We're talking about University of Northwestern. Isaac, you got to come to the game, the big game. Oh, and Isaac, yeah, I was talking to Matthew how much they pissed me off last year because I was rewatching the game, and they decided after they scored their second touchdown, it's 13-0, and then they decided to run a fake oh let's go baby. When are you going to be on the pod? When are you coming on? Freaking need you. But yeah, they freaking ran a fake field goal, which just was like just disrespectful. And I'm just like, I want to just wreck these guys badly. Give you 2 weeks, all right. I'll wait for it. Getting ready for the freaking pod. I haven't seen you in a long time. Gotta give you a little squeeze. But you're down in Rochester, so that's the main thing. It's like it's gonna be talking. Yeah, dude, let's freaking do it. Let's freaking talk about those freaking aliens. So the other thing about freaking University of Northwest, I almost actually went and played for them while I was contacting their head coach. I was emailing him. He never emails me back. Oh no. Hi. Oh gosh. Yeah, we could talk aliens though. But I forget. I don't know. That just yeah. I'm kind of pissed off that he didn't really ever reach out to me. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to play, but never forget. I gotta wave. Hi. She's running away. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be super high uppy. These guys, this number 5 guy. Oh gosh. Let me see, St. Croix Central. Well, it's good to have come off with a win. Today we're gonna be reviewing the Ahsoka. If you haven't been watching Ahsoka, Isaiah, have you been watching Ahsoka? If you or if you're in the chat or listening, let me just know if you are been watching that Ahsoka, or you're a Disney Plus guy. You're not a Disney Plus guy. Your wife, been? No, Matthew's pooping in the middle of the freaking podcast. What about have you heard of the HBO Max movie BS High? BS High? You and you're not? I mean, kudos to you for marrying a Star Wars nerd. But I'm surprised that you're not a Star Wars nerd. Oh, let's see what the scores. Oh, here we go. The Seattle is up 14-3 right now. My fantasy football team is friggin' wrecking it. I mean, I pretty much won every league. Well, not every like every game. More dedication. I watch hockey and alien conspiracy. What a combo, though. What a combo. Like, if you're an alien conspiracist, if you're an alien conspiracist, Star Wars is basically right up that same alley. As well as hockey, it's a combination of kind of both aliens and hockey. Star Wars is. Hi. So I feel like it works out. Obviously, I mean, you guys are married, so yeah, it works out. But I mean, what a good combo. Star Wars and hockey and aliens. Yeah, it's a great balance. Doesn't get better than that. I mean, if you watched, I don't know, if you watch episodes 1 through 3, you really, I feel like people would like Ahsoka because, well, especially as well as the.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
back.
Matt, how's it going?
Good. I just had to go to the store and get a Dr. Pepper.
This, yeah, it was really quick. I mean, I mean, is the store like right next to you? I feel like,
Gas station. Yeah,
yeah,
gas
that's a
station
kind of.
down the road.
Did you drive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Sorry. I'm out of breath because I had to
This is
run in
so
and
weird.
had to come back. Yeah, so I just
Huh?
ran in, ran out, grabbed it, paid for it, came back
Parking a
in.
Buick. Were you parking a Buick, as Isaac said?
Parking a Buick? No, I've got a Nissan.
The big old Nissan.
Yeah, so what are you guys talking about?
We were just talking about Star Wars and aliens and
Oh,
Isaac and his wife,
hey, Isaac, you should
But
come to the game on Saturday.
he's moving this Saturday.
You said you were moving last Saturday.
No, he's moving this Saturday.
He
He's
said he was
moving.
moving some other time. How many times are
It's
you
the
going to be
first.
moving, Isaac?
That's true, Isaac. Jeez.
Yeah. How many times?
Tell him.
Look, we need your assistance. We need you to come down Saturday night, 2 o'clock.
He's making it official.
Been in the process of moving. What does that even
Ah.
mean?
Well,
Like you're
he
just
lives in South
not.
Dakota. I thought you or North Dakota. South Dakota or North Dakota? Or is
That
it
doesn't sound right to me. Doesn't sound right.
South Dakota or North Dakota?
Yeah, it doesn't sound right to me, man.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I
I
told
was
you. Called it. I knew it.
completely wrong. My bad. But I knew he was in a different state, so it's probably different. It's harder to move when you're in a different state. When you have your family and all that stuff. I feel like you have to have a bunch of other stuff
That's
going for.
Wyoming, by the way. He just didn't finish spelling it.
Oh,
Surprised
yeah.
you didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure there's a Y in Wyoming.
I will say I cannot wait for one of our D linemen to expose their center.
Which one? I gotta look at this.
Let me show you. Let me freaking show you.
Oh, you're gonna give it away on live on air?
They can go to the friggin' website and see. I can't wait for our guys to expose this guy.
No, that was like the very first few drive. I saw that, but like they switched their
Yeah, he moved him over to. He plays left guard too.
yeah, they moved him over here, but that right guard too. Look at that big boy. Just put a fast guy over up on the right side, or I guess the left side on the defense there. That guy won't be able to
Wait,
catch up.
hold up. Where is there? Oh, there he is. I was about to say the left guard. He was playing right tackle a couple weeks before, and then last year
Uh-huh.
he was playing left tackle.
The number 73.
50. Number 50. He's from Florida. Will Bensing was recruiting him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty physical. But
Oh, bad boy.
oh, piss.
What was that?
Yeah, you should just come to the game. Like, what's one day of moving? And where are you
Yeah,
moving to? Where's he moving to?
like Rochester.
Rochester.
Yeah,
Why are you
it's like
moving to Rochester? There's nothing in
leave him
Rochester.
alone. Jeez.
Yeah.
Just let him freaking live his life.
No, I'm not letting him live his life ever.
Golly.
No, I'm never letting him live his life. Never.
I cannot believe you.
You think I'd ever want him to live his life like that? No, I don't think so. Not now and not ever.
Not ever. That's not what I'm about.
Not now and not ever.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, should we get into this friggin' thing?
Yeah, we could get into it if you'd like. Oh,
If you want.
go grab it. Go get a tissue from mom. Go clean your face. Go clean your face. Bye bye. Bye bye. Go clean your face.
All right.
So yeah, we could get this thing going. That's fine.
Let's get this
Do
thing
it.
going,
Let's
dude.
get this freaking thing
You
going.
want me to do the intro for you?
Yeah, you can do it if you'd like. I
All
don't
right, here we
care.
go.
To make you feel better.
Welcome to the Goof and Goober Show, the podcast that brings you laughter, insight, and the quirkiest conversations. Join your hosts, Matthew and Regan, as they embark on a delightful journey through the realms of pop culture, humor, and everyday shenanigans. So, buckle up and get ready for a roller coaster of fun and entertainment. Let's dive into the world of laughs with Matthew and Regan on the Goof and the Goober Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 35 of the Goof and Goober Show. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the episode 35 of the Goof and Goober Show. Sorry for the long intro. I was really really getting into my WWE voice, and announcer voice. Today we got a jam packed podcast for you today. We're gonna talk about some BS High, if you guys have seen that, and we're gonna talk more about Ahsoka episode 7.
Woo-wee.
And my cohort,
Wow.
my correspondent, my compadre, my
Yep.
son, as some would say.
Nope.
Regan
Not at
Dvorak.
all.
How are you doing, Regan?
I want to respond to the last part, but I'll respond to everything else.
I've been
it's
called your
going
daddy,
well.
and your mommy, and your sisters.
Who? No one ever says that. No
Coach
one.
Womack, definitely.
No.
He goes, "Where's your son?" And I said, he's not here."
No, Coach Womack called me Sack Daddy. So
Yeah.
that's
And he calls me Sack Daddy Senior.
no, he would never call you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got my cohort, my co-host, my buddy, my pal, my goober to my goof, Regan Dvorak. Regan, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. If you guys missed out on the friggin' pre-show, woo, there got a story in there for you. But I'm not going to say on the episode. You got to be there for the pre-show every Monday, 8 p.m. Be there.
Be square.
Exactly. Do you want me to plug, or you want to plug?
It doesn't really matter to me, but
yeah,
if
guys.
you really
Well,
just want to make sure that you guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, guys. We are on all the platforms. So, guys, we are on the Insta. We are on the YouTube. We are on the Twitch, Facebook. Guys, just go follow us on there if you want some sweet content. Don't want to miss out on the live pre-shows. We stream there live every Monday, 8 p.m. Make sure you also click the notification so you get the notification when we are going live, and you can be there and not be square when you're watching us. And also help us get to 100 followers. We're still giving that giveaway. Wait, how many followers do we have? I haven't really checked in on this. We currently are at 85, so we need 15 more followers to hit that goal. We haven't posted anything in a long. When's the last post we had?
We've got some work to do, ladies and gents. We've got some friggin' work to do. Our friggin' marketing social media person has really just crapped the bed, just not posting anymore. And
where the heck is she?
Where the frick is she? She acts like she's so busy.
Golly,
But
dude.
yeah, we should get planned out for that and figure out.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
something we gotta
you know,
do.
some more stuff, some more things to post. Um,
Yeah, well, yeah, that's something we got to get better at, 100%. So, but help
yep.
us, show us the love, and we'll return the love, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I love love.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, I was
Uh,
choking on my drink.
Typical.
Um, well, we've got a lot to talk about today. We've got a
Oh
lot.
yeah,
We've got a lot to friggin'
100%.
talk about.
Bunch of
Um,
top.
freaking some big stuff. Okay, so
Give it to me.
we are going to be jumping in right away into our first part of our segment. We're going to be talking about the HBO Max documentary called
Oh
BS High.
yeah.
Let me give you a little bit of a synopsis here for those of you who don't know anything
Oh,
about
you're
the
gonna want to
show.
hear this synopsis, guys.
It is such a good synopsis. Like, there is no other TV show or movie like this. Okay. It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
Big
didn't
time.
even know. But okay, yeah, keep going. I want to talk about this, so keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So, this show is going to be it's following the Bishop Sycamore Centurions, which is a high school program, if you will. Back in 2021, it was nationally televised on the ESPN, as they were playing IMG Academy. And for those of you who don't know anything about high school athletics sports, IMG Academy is like the top of the top school for recruiting. They're like they recruit across the entire nation and play nationwide games all the time, sponsored by Gatorade and Under Armour and some big places. But um, yeah, it was a documentary about that BSI high school scandal. Um, a scandal that rocked the sports world and dashed the dreams of many of the players caught
Mm.
up in it. It was directed by Academy Award winner filmmaker Trayvon Free and Martin Desmond Rowe. BSI gives a behind the scenes look at how Bishop Sycamore, a football team representing a non existent high school, came to play top ranked IMG in a game broadcast on ESPN on August 29th, 2021. And at the center of the fiasco was Bishop Sycamore's head coach, Roy Johnson. I'm gonna pause it there for because this is a long introduction to the show. I'm gonna pause it here because it's gonna get into some juicy stuff. This is your spoiler warning now. We're gonna be jumping right into spoilers, right into
Yeah,
the
there's
story, right into everything.
lots. We
So
can't really do it without.
yeah, you can't, not with this story. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it, or if you don't care about getting spoiled, stick around, hang out. We've already got your view. This is your spoiler warning.
Spoiler! Spoiler!
Spoiler warning.
You've been spoiled.
Ooh, that was a good one. I like that. Wow.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
Not bad. Not
I
bad.
know. I know.
Ooh.
Thank you. I don't need
Uh,
to do anything. But,
so we're gonna jump into the rest of this synopsis here, and we're gonna jump in to the story. So Roy Johnson, a self-described honest liar, who's open about BS High and what has happened there. First things first, Regan. I mean, give me your thoughts on this story, like full go, and then we'll jump into some key points that happened in the show.
yeah, I mean, for me, this is a big dive deep into the story of Roy and his and just the scam he did to these this family and kids. I mean, extreme ownership, like the parents, that weren't the smartest parents, just letting their kids go just to this random school, not doing their homework of like, oh, is this going to be a good school or anything like that? Um, Clearly just sports are were on their mind and everything like that. But like for me, such a sad story of everything. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I watched this, couldn't stop watching it. It was great, great movie. But at the same time, it made me angry. It pissed me off a lot of the times because it's just the things that this guy said, and just like with no consequences really at all. And so, yeah, for me though, I'd give this movie. I mean, in whole
Is
this
this a movie?
general
You think,
documentary. This
or
is a movie.
this would be a movie? It was only one.
Yeah,
It wasn't multiple episodes, right?
it was only one.
That's right.
Yep, yep.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And but yeah, I'd say this is more. I'd give it like a 4 or less, a little less. I can't go over 4. Just because Roy, I don't like at the very end, I just started to just really dislike the guy and just didn't want to watch, like, give him any more publicity, because you realize at the end that that's what he's always wanted, and that's what's getting him like money and all that stuff, and that's what's kind of funding him. This whole thing is giving him publicity and all that. So I'm just like, ugh. And he even specifically states, it's like, I win no matter what because you guys are making this movie about me. And now I get, my names gets puts out there, and now I'm famous, and now I'm gonna get money, and people are gonna follow me, and people are gonna, want to do something. I'm like, ugh.
True.
And like that, like I think the people, the directors and the editors, when they made this movie, also were like, well, he, let's not put that in until the very end.
Yeah.
Because if people hear that at the very beginning, they probably would turn this off.
They're not gonna
I mean,
finish
smart
it.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to finish the movie because you really just like don't like the guy at the very end because he's just this scam artist, and he just slithers his ways through things, and he's just can't take responsibility for really a lot of the things that happened unless you can actually evidently prove it, and he has to admit it. Like that's the thing with this guy. He just can't own up to it unless it's just 100% can be proven or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, that's why I can't go higher than a 4. I think it was
Yeah.
really fun. It was interesting to watch, but like because of him, I can't go any higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you?
So I have two scores, and the same reason that I'm giving one of them a lower score than the other is the fact that I don't want to condone this this type of guy. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right. Right.
so I've got two scores, a 5 out of 5 for the documentary and the series in the show. Okay, for
Right.
from a personal entertainment standpoint, had it been fake, right? Like it would have been a 5 out of 5 easily for me. But since it's a real thing that happened, like I just can't condone the whole the whole thing of what he did. And so I'm thinking like a 3.5, just because I know that this actually happened, right? And it's like it affected people's lives. So that's kind of where I'm at. You take it or leave it. Obviously, for the scores that we give, everybody has their own opinion, obviously, on you know what the score should be and how it should be scored. But that's just that's our opinion, right? Like that's our thoughts on it. Um, let's talk about the specifics here about the show, because I want to dive into a couple different things. Um, so first things first, to give a little context, being a college coach, a college football coach, and seeing a high school coach do what this guy's doing and ruining kids' lives, it
Right.
irritates the piss out of me. Irritates
Mm,
them. Like it irritates me so much, and to know like some of those kids aren't going to be able to get themselves out of that situation,
right.
and it's just like for me, I'm thinking to myself, how many times has this actually happened already? Like, if
It,
this nincompoop can come in and do it himself, how many other people have tried to do this
but the
and just
thing
take
is, like,
thousands of dollars from kids?
Right, and that's what I was gonna say is that, like, if you haven't watched this, the guy, it's not like he, like, ruined them, like, physically. He ruined their lives. Like, he, like, took their Social Securities and took out loans in their names so that he could basically help provide or not even provide who knows what he did with the money because he still owed people money at the very end. Like, he had hundred thousands of dollars owed to the hotels because he hadn't paid them. And like he like it was a night he didn't have to pay him until like the hotels for like 90 days. He's like, "Oh, sweet. I don't have to pay for 90 days. I'll be done with the season by then." So
Yeah.
I don't have to like that was his whole model. And it's just I don't know, the scumminess of this guy, it just made yeah, I completely agree with you. It's just so heartbreaking and the things that he did to these kids, not only like the physically because he wrecked their body. Like he put, I don't know if you play football or know anything about football, you don't go and play two games in less than 3 days apart in high school. Like you need to give your guys breaks. You need to give your guys time to rest. Like you don't just go out and put all your guys out on the field to play 3 days before you the biggest game of your life. And he did that. And then the next game, he's injuring guys, and he doesn't have any, you know, physical trainer on staff to take care of these guys. He's just negligent.
Yeah. To give context to this story, so like obviously if you're still sticking around, you've probably watched it. If you haven't watched it, what this guy did was he basically started like its own his own entity of school, if you will, like his own association within a school, and they call it like a prep school, right? Where their goal, and this is where I'm a little bit torn because at first it's like a prep school. If you know anything about prep school, this is for kids who are like they don't have the academic grades to make it into a bigger university. Sometimes not even like like good enough grades to get into like a JUCO, which is like a junior community college, right? And so these kids are really struggling. And some kids are taking chances of, you know, going to a prep school, taking a year off by playing at a prep school because it doesn't affect your college eligibility, getting your grades up, and then in the hopes of taking what you have at that prep school to a college. Well, come to find out, because he just created these entities, and he was associated with, or he tried to get associated with these places, these schools, but the kids never actually went to school. They never
Right.
actually took classes. So these kids literally wasted their life, like their time, their life for nothing.
For like 3 years. Yeah.
For yeah, for and he'd been trying to do this program for a really long time. And when you watch the stinking documentary, what pissed me off, there's no sympathy from this guy at all. There's no owner, like he owned up to like, hey, I did this, and I'm like, yeah, I did it, sure, but I don't really care type mentality. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. You know that you put these kids in a worse situation. You know you did, and you're okay with it. And so that's what made me. I mean, it was a good TV show or show, obviously the movie, but a good documentary, excuse me. But it was just very tough to not want to just scream at my monitor because
Right.
you're just like, this guy's a dick. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy has no care in the world for these kids. So
Yeah.
first things first, and I think you had mentioned it earlier, right? Like, there's got to be some onus on the coach, right? Absolutely. He has to take ownership, and he's got to. I mean, someone's got to right his wrongs. Like he's got to right his
Right.
wrongs at some point, right? But there's also got to be some onus on the kids and the parents. right?
Yep.
There has to be, because when you're watching this documentary, you're realizing that there's so many flaws to this story, the to this
Right.
to this made up belief that this guy is what he is. And so for me, I'm just like, this is the parents' fault. This is the kids' fault. Why are these kids so dumb? Why are these families so
Right.
dumb that they can't see this? And I think you had kind of mentioned it. I mean, it sound like, did you kind of get that vibe too? Like, what was your thoughts on that? Like, if you were a parent, how would you have like navigated through this, or do you think you would have been fooled by this guy?
Well, I can't imagine like sending my kid off to some random school that I had no idea about. And like and then just like, okay, and then never really like just talk about it or anything like that, like what's going on in life or like how is the coach or anything like that, what happened. Like I for my if my son wants to be a part of a program, I'm going to be a like big and like part of it, and I'm not going to just give them away like, yep, just have them. I'm sick and tired of them. No, and that's what I feel like a lot of the parents did. They're like, yeah, take them, take them, take them. Like they're like finally, I don't know. I think they put a lot of their hopes and into this into Roy because he was promising them, oh, you guys are going to go D1 now. You guys are going to go in the NFL, and they're going to, be the son or not, that is going to bring you guys out of poverty or whatever. And so I'm like, this is just negligence from the parents and the students. I mean, the students, I get, you're young, you
You're
want the
dumb.
world, you're dumb, right? You're dumb enough to give away your social security card, your number to the guy, to take out some PPP loans off for you and just like, uh, but like, the, I'm not trying to say shift the blame at all, but I think there's a lot of blame to be put on all the parties in this whole thing because it's just why in the world would you just send your kid on a bus to go whatever or whatever? It just
This do you so I was thinking this when I was watching it. This show should advocate more for not D1 or bust type mentality.
yeah,
Like, this show really should show like it doesn't matter, like you're probably better off going to a small Division 3 school to
yep,
actually get an education, to actually play football at for a university, to actually like be at a stable
yeah,
place that's not going to
right,
screw you, versus like just chasing the D1 dream of, oh man, I'm going to go D1 and I got to do everything I
yeah,
possibly can to go
right,
D1. Well, the best you possibly can do is maybe try a different route than
yeah.
maybe a route like this.
I 100% agree. Yeah. Yeah. That's something that this whole movie should be a huge testament to is that, I mean, I guess they didn't really push it a whole lot, but like going D1 is not necessary to get to the top level. You see D3 guys make it to, I mean, D3, D2, or, smaller D1 schools or whatever,
Sure.
you can make it. You just need to put in the work. That's all you got to do.
And I
It's
think
not,
people need to be
yeah,
more real. People need to be more realistic with these players, though. Is not everybody's going Division 1. Not everyone's going to the league. Like, I'm sorry.
right,
Like, and I want to be very transparent here, because there's some guys on our team that are just like going NFL or bust, or there was, we got one guy, and I'm not going to say his name because he knows that I have a podcast now, and I'm not going to say it, but we had a guy who thought he was going to go somewhere bigger and better, and he ended up running right back to us, because the reality of the situation is that not everybody's capable of doing that, and it's
right.
just nature. Like, I'm sorry, like, I was a really good, you and I were really good football players. Could we have gone D1? Could we have gone and done those things? We
Oh
could
yeah,
have, maybe,
yep,
but that's not where God put you.
Mm-hmm.
right? Like these kids were willing to sacrifice their whole life to go to this random freaking school for a coach that's not a real coach, for a school that's not a real school, for they don't have a field, they barely had jerseys, they shared helmets, right? Like
Right.
they were willing to sacrifice all of those things because they're like, well, I'm gonna make it to D1. I'm
Yep.
gonna make it to D1. Well, the reality of the situation is you done screwed yourself because you followed the path of D1 or bust.
That yeah,
And let me tell you
100%.
what, that kid who's on our team right now, if I asked him, aren't you glad that you stayed? He'll tell you, yeah. And you want to know why? It's because you're at a place that cares about you. You're at a place that actually wants to see you succeed, not just take
Right.
your money. So, I mean, that's where I got out of this whole like series, man, or this whole show
Yeah.
is just like there's bad people out there, man, and I didn't even know like in the coaching world and prep school, like I I've heard of things, but I didn't hear of things, if that makes sense. Like I've heard of things, but I thought they were rumors, right? But now I'm seeing in this show is like, holy piss, like this is much bigger than what it's supposed to be. You know, this is
Yeah. I mean,
crazy.
the thing is also is like I'm reading in some articles here, and like he tells in a speech, uh, in the speech that ends the movie, Roy tells us that he isn't sorry, and that he cannot be stopped, and that you're an idiot if you think you can stop him. And it's just like I can't believe this guy that like, and I don't know, I just think this guy's just a scum. I mean, not to be like mean or anything like that. It's just that's what I think he is. He's just a scum because of I don't know. The directors were saying this, and this is what they said. We knew he would be a good character from the minute we first spoke to him. He's a great storyteller, and 100% he is. Yeah, I would agree with that. Roy said, but he also caused an immense amount of pain and harm to young people in his care. And I don't know if he has any actual guilt or shame. I really can't tell because he's such a chameleon, such a snake oil salesperson. And that's what I got out of this. It's like he cannot accept fault unless it's blatantly it is like he cannot escape from that. He will try to scheme his way out or tell that he didn't do anything wrong or whatever. And he's got some people under his wings or that'll defend him, but like the majority of people are saying the same exact thing about this guy, and he's claiming, "Oh, I didn't do this or that," and it's just like, "Yeah, you did," and but like there's not like enough evidence to prove that, and so he's sticking to that. And it's just frustrating. I don't know.
Well, that's why he wasn't saying much at certain pieces at certain parts, or he
Yeah.
would say he would he would purposely be like he's purposely lying or he's like manipulating what he's saying. You can see that in the
Oh,
documentary. You're just like,
right.
oh, okay, you big freaking liar.
Yeah. What they said they like in 10 hours days interviewing Johnson. Rowe explained that they took a good cop, bad cop approach with free talking to him black man to black man like I couldn't, but also with a softly spoken, lean in, trust me kind of energy. Whereas I literally got into a scream match with him at one point. But like they also, what was it? Where does it say this? They had like a fact checker. Like when they were interviewing him, they had other people in the background listening to what he was saying and then like making sure that what he was saying was true because he's such like slithering snake.
A slithery,
Um,
slithery snake.
slithering snake. So like I don't know. It was just like what was it? During an interview with Johnson, the crew enlisted two journalists to listen on a live feed and do as much fact checking in real time as possible. The filmmakers then interviewed over 40 people for the documentary in an effort to weed through Johnson's version of events. So I think what happened too is that they interviewed him at the very beginning, and then they went and interviewed all like the players or everyone that they could, and then came back and interviewed him again.
Oh,
and I
that's right. Because he goes and he's like, "Wait, who said that?"
right. And then they show him like clips of what some of the players were saying, and then he gets mad because like, no, I didn't do that.
No, they're
And
a bunch
then
of liars,
yeah, I was like,
pinning me
dude,
against the kids.
I'm like, oh, you saying I didn't help them? Are you kidding me?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
he
yeah.
was so like he would twist
Ah,
everything in the show. He literally would
mm-hmm.
twist everything. They would say one thing and he'd be like,
Oh yeah.
he just no, 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 no. That's not how it happened. And blah, 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 blah. And then this happened, and you're like, oh my gosh, like they have it on video, like they have the receipts. They're not
Well,
asking you these questions or saying these things because they because you did something right. They think you did
Well,
something wrong.
I, dude, the other thing is like the domestic violence stuff and like that, all that crap too. Is that he would get in all the like he got in a domestic violence dispute with his girlfriend in front of the whole like all the whole team,
Yeah,
and he didn't care at all. He ran over a bunch of geese and then reversed and then ran over at him again to prove a point of like you guys got to be killers or something like that.
killer's a
He
killer
and
mindset.
and then he yeah, the killer's mindset. And then he like started beating up this homeless man who was like, I
Yeah,
get you're pissed off that he's in your car, but like he's like I will show you, boy. He's doing this because his daddy never whipped him, and then he starts whipping him in front of all the kids. And it sounded like I don't know the whole. I don't know what. From what I understood, the story was that all some of the other he got all the other kids to join in on the
the
like
whooping.
beating up this the
Yeah,
whipping of this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's not.
he's nuts.
uh he's
He's
just
nuts.
not a good role model. I guess is more what I think. It's just
Oh, how about him them making the leftover food,
oh my
the leftover
gosh.
food, and then him walking door to door to take any money from the kids, telling
Oh
them that
my.
they owe XYZ.
They owe him, yeah, they owe money, even though he's but that's the other thing is like I don't understand what he was spending his money on because
Yeah,
like
I
he
don't
was
know.
taking out $20,000 loans from like pretty much every student that he had. I mean, he had like 50 students, so if you take like 50
It's a
and
hundred
then
grand.
I mean, pretty
No, wait,
much
50 times 20.
that's $1 million basically he got to do
Holy
whatever he wants.
piss! Oh my
I mean,
gosh!
probably
Don't
more.
even.
So what was he using that money for?
I hate
Like
this guy with the passion. Look at
what?
this. I was just swiping through the uh the thing. He's just got that face of like I don't
Yeah.
care about
I'm
any of
innocent.
these kids.
Come get
Like,
the yeah.
oh, I hate it
Yeah, the
with a
yeah,
passion. Look at that. Oh,
and but the other kids like the thing is like the
there. Look at that. Look at that. You try to tell me? Oh my
but the other
gosh.
thing is that he doesn't know anything about football either.
No, he knows nothing.
He knew nothing about football. He was just trying to build like an empire, and it's just like he's like my motto is that you just do what the rich people do. Doesn't matter about if you have the money or not. You just do it.
You just go find the money.
You just go find. I don't like. You just, but you got to pay your bills. I don't know.
He'd be
I just
perfect at Surefire Local.
okay.
He'd be so good.
Yeah. Well, he's a sales guy. That's the thing with him.
Yeah.
He's a big sales guy, and yeah, I don't know. That was just I don't know. The some of the yeah, just the faces he makes for just yeah,
He's just you could just
just this.
see so how manipulative that guy was. So manipulative.
Mm,
And you just like you hate the guy. Well, you're watching the show and you're like, I hate this guy.
I mean, look at this face. You just like
Yeah.
look at that.
That was right after him telling a lie, probably. and he's
Yeah,
just looking
he's just
straight into the thing.
oh,
He's like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever."
just I don't even know, dude. This guy is just
It's crazy.
that he's just got away. I don't know if he got. I mean, I don't know.
I think he's
He,
still.
he
I still think they're pursuing criminal charges,
yeah.
but he's not in jail right now. I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Because he's probably
So,
saved up all that freaking money, the $1 million of money he got from the kids, and screwed their credit and all their whole life. I don't know.
oh,
Just
they
so sad to
definitely
see
screwed
that.
it. They definitely screwed their credit, which is going to
Oh
screw
yeah,
up their life for sure.
their
One
whole
hundred
life.
percent.
They got to get out of that somehow.
So, well, anyway, that is our discussion on BS High, the documentary on HBO Max. Um, if you liked it, leave a comment down. Let us know what you think about the movie. We've kind of given our take on it. We have mixed feelings, obviously, but overall, I think it was a entertaining documentary. I definitely would watch it again. Um, isn't something that I'm just like, man, I just want to watch these kids just get wrecked for for 2 hours straight. But it is a good TV show. It does what I will say, because I mean Regan's not really, he's not really doing like recruiting stuff, but being college coaches and seeing like kids get screwed like that um is really really tough to see.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you care for kids no matter what.
yeah.
Like either way, it doesn't matter if you're a college coach or recruiter or anything like that. I
Well,
mean,
no, what I'm saying
but
is
I get it in the
it
context of
gives it a
being a
bad
coach.
rap. It gives coaches a bad rap.
Yeah,
And I really 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 want kids to remember and to think that you don't need to go so far to chase a dream, that you go to a school where there's no actual school, there's no actual team, there's no actual anything to chase a D1 dream. You could do it in a different way that's safer and more healthy for your future. Like it way more beneficial for your life to maybe do it some other way. So that's gonna conclude our BS high chat. Unless you had something else that you want to input, Regan.
no, I think I pretty much said everything. Said my piece on the whole thing. I'm just
Said your
yeah.
freaking piece. All right, we're gonna jump into Ahsoka
Oh
episode
baby,
7. Um,
ooh,
if you have not seen Ahsoka episode 7, I would highly encourage you to pause. Okay, BSI, screw BSI. You could get spoilers.
yeah,
Go freaking watch episode 7 and then come back and listen. Unless you're just really, you hate yourself and you don't care about spoilers. Um, but Regan, let's just jump in. We've already said our spoiler warning. I've already given
yeah.
them the warning here. Give us your rating of episode 7, and give us your overarching thoughts.
Yeah, episode 7 is one of those episodes that is um y- like it's just like I'm already hooked and I want to hear more and more about the story, and it does give you more about the story and it really pushes the story here of what's going on. I'm curious. I'm really excited for tomorrow about episode 8. It's going to be lit. But episode 7, we're gonna stick on episode 7. Is it's not like episode 5, or even episode 6. But this is a really good episode to know, kind of following um Sabine with the Ezra, and understanding them. So and I don't know, as well as Admiral
Thrawn.
Thrawn. I didn't want to get it wrong again, and
Thrawn.
get made fun of. Throng,
Thrawn.
Thong, Thrawn, and understanding him and just how he navigates, and or even more understanding about um his battle, like his just his mind. So like I don't know. For me this is I give this like a 4.2. This isn't like a crazy good, but it's good. It's it's made me question about I don't know. My main idea in my mind is that after watching this is Balin's skull. My mind's on him, nothing else. But yeah, I'd give this a 4.3.
Oh baby. Oh baby. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give this a
yeah.
4 out of 5.
Okay, okay,
So a little bit
okay.
less than you. To be honest with you, this is one of the weaker episodes. I think we all probably agree on that. It
I
is one
wouldn't
of the
say the
weaker.
weakest, but it is one of the weakest.
It's
Yes.
one of the weakest, yeah, for sure. It's
Not
not the strongest, but it's not bad. Um, and I think it's just I don't know. It just it just kind of jumps. I don't know. It's just kind of an awkward episode. They're
right.
kind of I think it's planned out the way it was supposed to be planned out. So I don't think maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the way I would have probably taken the episode. Maybe a little bit different, but it was a little bit weaker for me. We
Yeah.
could talk about the insights on what I mean by that, and I just,
Well,
I mean, let's just do it. Let's just go. Um, let's talk about it.
let's do it.
So
Let's
first
freaking
things
do it.
first, I think the biggest thing for me is it was just kind of slow at first. It was a slow burning start to the episode. For me, I was expecting way more action and quicker, if that makes sense. Like in terms
Okay.
of Ezra and Sabine, right? Like I thought they were gonna be at it right away with this with Hottie and what's his name? What's his nuts? What's his freaking name? Um Balin.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
they were gonna come together and they were gonna duke it out, and Ahsoka was gonna come in, save the day, and then and essentially kill one of them. Is what I was expecting. Um, for me, in terms of the entire episode, big big problems that I have right off the bat.
All
Okay,
right. Give it to
big
me.
problems that I have um, is when it comes to the conversations that we're having with Sabine and Ezra. I
Yeah.
understand that they've been gone for a while, but it's just like a really awkward situation. And maybe it's because I don't know the characters. I don't know if they had like a relationship beforehand. I don't know if they were like boyfriend girlfriend or something, but they just act like really really weird around each other. Um,
Yeah.
and it's like
But the
I don't
but
know.
yeah, yeah, I get that vibe too that like they're boyfriend and girlfriend, but like Ezra and Hera aren't they like have a thing and he has a son which is
I don't.
no, there's
No.
no,
That's someone
no,
else.
that's someone else. Yeah, no, but
That's
yeah,
someone else. I think.
no, I get that same vibe. I like we were saying before, this is a whole like you thought this was going to be kind of like Ezra's going to be more of this apocalyptic kind of guy and he still is like this real nice guy. He's like,
Oh
"Yeah,
yeah, life's been
what's
great,
up?
man. Like life's been
Well,
really
hey,
good.
Sabine, long time no see. Nice seeing
That
you.
miss you.
Like,
Did you sleep really well
doesn't
down there?
freaking care.
Mm.
Hey, are we gonna get out of here? I don't know. Whatever. You know,
We're gonna take
just
these
like
little freaking pods that go 2 miles a freaking hour. That's what we're
with
gonna
all
do.
these rock guys, these
Yeah.
turtles, whatever. Like it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like these are the two weakest characters of the whole series, and they're putting them both together here, and they're not really helping the story at all until they bring in like Balin and Shin, the Hati, um,
Hati, Shin Hati.
Shin Hati. And like they have to battle, but then at the same time, you're still like Sabine sucks at freaking fighting, and then Ezra is like, and so, I don't know, like
Yeah,
take
I
your
don't need a
freaking light.
lightsaber. I got the
I get the
force.
I get the force, and then he's like stopping a lightsaber with his force. It's just like we're like playing Avatar: The Last Airbender here, and
That's
it's
what
just
I
like
thought. I
I was
was
like,
like,
this is.
yes.
I'm like, this isn't Star Wars. This isn't what we wanted, and now you're just like, I cannot hold the lightsaber. I gave it that lightsaber to you. It's like, Ezra, it's your freaking lightsaber.
It's always
It,
gonna be your lightsaber,
it's
Ezra.
just Yeah, you built that lightsaber. Like that's the thing with Jedi's is the lightsaber is something that you put together and you build, and that is a part of you. And that lightsaber is just, and then he gives it away, and then he's like, whatever, I don't care about it. It's like Thor with
Mjolnir. You
Hazmat.
ever just
Yeah,
given
yeah,
away his
yeah.
Mjolnir?
He wouldn't do like he wanted it back, and
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's just like that's the type of love you should have had with the lightsaber because of it's one with the force, but then he's not like, well, whatever, I don't need it. I'm just gonna use the force. It's just like this is stupid. I did not like that part. And that I think that's what lowered mine a lot. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I just can't get past how awkward they are together, man. And it's
yeah,
just,
too. That too.
and again, look, for those of you who are listening, I may be wrong in the fact that they might have had a relationship before and this is why they're acting this way. I don't know. Okay? And I'm just being completely friggin' flat out friggin' upfront with you. I got no friggin' clue, but this part was like really weird and awkward. She comes out of the friggin' ball and like who knows, she could have been doing something else down there. I don't really know. But he's just like, so there's a new fleet, there's a new order. What else did I miss? And
Um,
she's like tiptoeing around the fact that she gave up the location to Thrawn to Balin. Like
it
she's
looks
trying
like
to
yeah,
tiptoe in it. It's just so awkward. It's like you're not even faking it well.
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't even look like she cares at all about it. Like it's just, and but like at the same time, she's fighting for him, and but I don't know. She's the worst fighter ever, too.
She's the
I don't know. I'm
worst.
sorry. But like, I'm sorry to bring that up again. I just thinking about her fighting. I was just like, you suck. You can't even beat like stormtroopers. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I this whole yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this is the two
My thing
worst
is,
characters of the whole thing.
and I just keep thinking about episode freaking 6, where the freaking stormtrooper hands her the lightsaber, and she's just like, he goes, "Die well," like it's this freaking wasteland of death. Like
Right.
people are just killing people left and right, and they're just sitting on top of the rock and life is so good, man. Like
Right.
blah blah blah. I'm on
Right.
this freaking wasteland that everybody dies
Oh.
in, and they're just acting like it ain't nothing. Like it's nothing.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, this is not believable at all. Like if they're really on this wasteland where the stormtroopers literally telling them, "Good, die well, bub." You know, like this better be like Ezra's fighting for his life every freaking day
Right.
to survive, and it just plays like I said that on the last episode as a kind of a quirk that I didn't really like.
Yeah.
It even more so on this episode. It's
Right.
like if this was really was a desert wasteland. Like imagine if we were in Afghanistan. We're in the desert, wasteland. We're Americans. We're not supposed to be there. There's people, bombs everywhere. There's people shooting. We're not going to sit in the open. We're going to sit in the freaking tank and protect ourselves in the tank. We're not going to be sitting outside. Yeah, yeah, that's good, baby. So
Hey,
you're
well,
saying that there's no Jedi Order anymore, huh? What else have I missed, Sabine? Like, no,
well,
nobody's gonna
it
do
ain't
that.
much, but it's honest work.
Yeah, working with these rock guys ain't much, but it's honest
But
work.
then, and then that rock guy's like, yeah, they don't come like they don't do violence or anything like that. They're just like, you. We're just told that this is like the worst place to be, and you like, and then you're like, yeah, these guys are still alive, and they don't do any like they just roll around in these one like 5 mile an hour little bumper carts that just
Yeah,
like, and they're like, yeah, no one could catch us. Yeah, here we
yeah.
go.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
that whole part with them was the dumbest part
Oh, irritated me.
of the whole thing. But
Well,
I think one of my favorite parts
mhm.
though in this, I guess I don't know. There's a couple. I think there's two that kind of tie with this. And I'm curious because there was this line that Ahsoka says where she has her, she's training with Anakin, but she's like, yeah, there's like 20 more videos of him training me. So like Ahsoka, oh no.
Yeah, life's good. Life's too good.
Yep, too good.
Life
Wow.
is too good.
Yeah,
So
yeah, the feet
stupid.
up. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yep, I'm gonna die well here.
Yep. Dying well out in the
It's
friggin'
pretty.
desert wasteland.
It's real bad out here. I can't believe you survived, Ezra.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, Ezra. I hope Ezra's okay.
I
He's
don't
out
know
in
if
the
he's
wasteland.
alive or not.
I don't know if he's alive there anymore.
Yeah, anyone could freaking live in that freaking
Yeah.
world. Oh no. Oh, but freaking anyways, but like with Anakin and Ahsoka when they were having like the hologram and he was still training Ahsoka, and I'm curious to see if that's gonna come back here with Anakin's training because
Mm-hmm.
she said there's like 20 more videos that he has for me because if I got separated, he's like these videos are for you to train with or whatever. So it's just like, is Sabine gonna live and then she's gonna try to learn off of what Anakin had like with those 20 videos, or is what's gonna happen with that? If Sabine goes with this, that's gonna be I'm gonna be really pissed off because Sabine sucks. I don't like her as the character. I'm sorry. It's not that she's just not a good character. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't like her as well as Ezra. But I don't know. But my second favorite part was the Ahsoka Balin rematch.
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and with this whole part, because I think we've talked about this every episode. Balin is a BA. He's just a badass dude. I
Yeah.
freaking love this character, and I don't know, like we said before, it's just so sad that he has
Passed away.
died and passed away, and we
Rip.
won't be able to, yeah, we won't be able to see him. And I want more of Balin, but I'm just curious though within that scene, because we see basically Ahsoka kind of outsmart him in a way, by kind of creating like the fog with Huang, whatever the robot thing is, that his name, whatever his name is, and he comes
Hu
by and
Yang.
shoots like flares, and then it creates smoke, and then he can't see Ahsoka, and then Ahsoka takes off with his ride or his creature thingy. But where does he go? Like he looks like I don't know. Like I feel like he went the opposite direction of where Ahsoka was heading, and then you're also like Grand Admiral Thrawn was like asking where's Balin, and as well as
I
I
think
don't
he
know.
was just
It's just
probably flying. He was just probably flying around waiting for the escape plan. That's. I mean, that's what we can
it could
assume.
be, but I mean, there's so much to be try to unfold with Balin, and then the Shin. It's just like that whole relationship and what is going on with there, because I think we already have established that Balin isn't necessarily fully in on this whole new empire,
Sure. Yeah.
because he's there's just something about him that's just pulling him back. But I think we've agreed to is that Shin, the Hati or Hattie or whatever you want to call it, she wants to be fully in on this new empire, and Balin knows that, and that's why he wanted her to go and kill Sabine and Ezra so that she can claim that victory in this new empire, and then she could be promoted. Um, and I think that right there was a huge indicator that Balin doesn't want any part of this new empire. And so, like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to theorize what's going on with Balin's head and why or where he's going and what is he doing. Because I think in this next episode, it's going to be a huge part. And
I
what
think he's
kind
gonna
of
die
takes,
next episode.
oh, he's got it. He's got it. But like I think that he is the reason why, or is going to be the reason why Grand Admiral Thrawn isn't going to be able to get out of whatever, out of the, out of this galaxy, because he didn't expect Balin would do anything. It's
True.
going to turn on him. But I don't know.
He's definitely questioning. He's like, am I doing the right thing? Am I like, am I doing it for the right reasons? Like, because
Right.
I just pulled the ending of the fight with Ahsoka, and he's just like looks out in the distance, and you could see him questioning, like,
Yeah,
what's
he's dealing with something.
he's dealing with some inner battles, and I think he's gonna end up saving. He's gonna end up saving one of the either Sabine, Ahsoka, or Ezra. I think he's gonna end up saving him. Hottie's gonna kill him. I think that's what's gonna
What
happen.
what if, but this is the other thing though. We could this is could be another theory, okay? We're just
Okay,
throwing out theories
we're
here
theory
out right
casting
now.
here. Let's go.
We love theory casting on the Goof and Goober show, because Ahsoka had her Shin basically captured,
Wait, pause for
and
just a second. Pause for just a second. How
oh
many
no,
theories have we gotten correct?
oh, we've got so many.
Like
We're gonna be right on
none.
one of them at
One of
least. We
these
have
times,
to be.
and we're to be like, "Yep, we
We
can see the
were.
freaking future, baby."
Oh man, we freaking knew the whole time.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But this is a theory, is like that Ahsoka basically had Shin captured, and they were like, "You don't have to do this," and I she might be questioning her motives as well, because she is. I think when Balin told her like go and do this, and she's confused. This could be a theory, okay? Everyone dies but Shin, and then Shin takes up Anakin's training and starts and is basically a Jedi. She becomes a Jedi. She becomes good. She turns from the dark side,
I definitely
and
think Anakin's training videos is gonna play a role some way somehow in the shape of
right,
for the shape of Star Wars. I think that's why they put it in because
yep,
she mentioned there's 20 others. I think they didn't put that in there for no reason. I think that's
right,
gonna be a big factor moving forward. Maybe it's
right.
to train Ezra. Maybe it's to train Sabine. I don't know. It's gonna be one of those things. But
Well, we
go,
we know there's yeah. We know there's
go
two things they're going to probably have. There, I mean, two for sure things. Ahsoka and Balin are most likely going to die. I think I'm at like a 80 to 90% sure that two will die in
did you
this
hear
next
about the
episode.
theory of uh Ahsoka the
Just
gray and
theories.
Ahsoka the white?
Is that what the owl, or what? What I guess. What do you mean
Gandalf
by
the
Ahsoka?
gray,
Oh, yeah.
Gandalf the
Okay.
white. From when she died, she went in gray. She came out. Every outfit she's worn now has been white. Ahsoka the white.
I have not heard that theory.
Yep. I
So shit.
who
Now
was I
she's
listening to?
great.
I think it was the Infinity Bros. I think it was the Infinity Bros. They were talking about it. It's like the dichotomy of the Gandalf the Gray and Gandalf the White. Is that this
Well,
her coming back
real
from?
original Star Wars.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing. Nothing.
but the fact that she came back from the dead, and now she's in the white. I think she's gonna sacrifice herself. Someone's sacrificing themselves and someone's dying.
It's gotta happen, dude.
It's got to happen, right? Like
Please.
we got to see it, and you got to make it happen. Um, so we've talked about Ezra, we've talked about Sabine, Ahsoka, we've talked about the not the Siths, but Balin and Hottie. Let's talk about freaking Thrawn, because throughout this entire
Oh
episode,
man.
we had just been set up from Thrawn. He has set up the whole freaking thing. He is like, we see how far he's thinking about the plots that he makes. We get to the end of the episode, and Morgan Elsbeth is like, oh no, or she's like starts to freak out a little bit, and they're like, oh, we got to retreat, and Thrawn's
Right.
like, no, that's okay, we can retreat, that's fine, that's all part of the plan, essentially, in that he's been 5 to 6 steps ahead of everything that's been
Everyone.
happening,
Right.
and we really see the magnitude of this guy's brain in this episode without us even noticing, to be honest with you, like
Right.
without even noticing, because we get to the end and they're like, all of these things have been planned out and then some, right? Like it was supposed to happen that way, and he's like, yep, supposed to happen, and then this happens, and I was just like, holy piss, this guy's like to be feared. And I didn't understand how much fear this guy could put into someone, because now, I mean, he's got an army, he's a freaking general or the admiral. What could he do moving forward? Like what is he capable of? And I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Were you kind of like spooked and chilled a little bit, or did you kind of feel that coming, or what was your thoughts?
I think the main thing that why the Grand Admiral has been able to do so much is because of those witches. And those witches have been able to help him out. Um, Basically, I mean, we saw a little bit about their powers that they can locate basically somebody specifically. I mean, their exact spot where they are. But basically, no, not even having any contact with them. Um, and so I think he very much uses those types of witches to his advantage. Um, and he is very interesting because I mean, he's just you. It's everything you expect, like just an expert in all war. He's just knows everything and just isn't. You know, is ready to freaking pull the trigger and he knows what he's doing. I don't know how else to explain that, but like, yeah, I think there is some fear in this because you're like, what's gonna happen now, or is he gonna be able? Is this next phase in Star Wars, is this he the main villain? Which I think would be a smart move, for Star Wars. Not to try to I don't know why I do this, but I just always think what's going to happen next.
What's gonna
And
happen
not
next?
necessarily talk about the Grand Admiral Thrawn, because at Grand Admiral Thrawn, I mean, like the actor's amazing. He, I, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I that he is somebody to fear right now with um being 5 steps ahead of everyone else, knowing really what's going to happen. But I feel like there is some fear in him with Anakin Skywalker, because he heard about Ahsoka, and then that was, and when he wanted to learn everything about Ahsoka, he learned that, oh,
Oh, that's
this,
the master.
yeah, and I think there's something there that could be frightening him, um or at least when that will happen, when he said, "Oh, she is the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker." But the other thing is that he's also like, "Oh, we're finishing the work of Lord Vader," so he knows who Lord Vader is, which is Anakin Skywalker. But then, in some ways, he's like, "But this is the this is Lord Vader who he trained." I don't know. It's interesting.
So he's to be feared, but he's also fearing of what could be from Ahsoka, and Anakin.
Right.
I wonder if they have a past. Well, obviously they have a past based off of Rebels. I think obviously he knows who she is, who is
Ahsoka is.
Anakin. He knows who Anakin is, so I'm assuming they know each other, or have crossed paths at some point. And so I'm
Right.
curious what that looks like. Obviously, I don't, timeline wise, this is after Revenge of the Sith, and this is after Emperor Strikes Back, if I'm not mistaken.
Or is this in between A New Hope?
Well, because Luke is already here. Luke is already a Jedi.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Luke is already a Jedi, and he's already been trying to build the Jedi Temple.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
you're right.
after Emperor Strikes Back. I thought we were gonna get um a Princess Leia Organa scene at the beginning. By the way, when they brought her up, and I was like, oh, are they gonna
Right.
deep
Right.
fake her? Like, what? Because you know she was a Jedi, right?
Right.
She was an actual Jedi with a lightsaber. She did the training, all that stuff. So I would love
Right.
to see. I would love to see her in action, live action. That would have been great. But
Yeah, but it's gonna be hard. I mean, that's a lot of money to put into CGI for just a
yeah, well, Disney's
a
got the
one movie.
freaking budget, Regan. Disney's got
That's
the
true. They
budget.
are. It's freaking Disney. Well, what did you think about the C-3PO
Dude, that was sick,
guest
dude. It was just
star?
making me think, man. I need to get a three C3PO like a poster or something. I don't have one of those
Typical.
or something.
Well, I just gotta get everything.
He's an underrated character.
I don't know. I think he's not as cool as R2D2.
I think they're
Nobody cares.
equally cool in my opinion. But
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude our chat about episode 7, Ahsoka. Tune back next week, next Monday, 8 p.m. We're going to talk about the season finale of
Ooh,
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
And ladies and gentlemen, I, so far, this TV show has beaten every expectation. This show has
Mm-hmm.
exceeded a lot of other TV shows that I think should have been way better than this show. Like, for an example, Secret Invasion. We all expected that to be way better than this show. And so far,
Yeah.
Ahsoka has lived up to its name, to be honest with
Uh-huh.
you. And so I'm really excited. Regan, a quick question. Do you
Yeah.
think that Ahsoka, the TV series, can be screwed? Or can your rankings drop of the TV show based off of how this last episode goes? Or do you think, regardless, it's going to be a TV show you recommend and want to watch multiple times?
Um, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be ruined this next episode. It depends on how they end it, I guess. And you know, you weren't really expecting that to happen with the Secret Invasion or anything like that when that when they ended it the way they did. So yeah, this could be ruined in some ways. I think up until now, episode 7, I I I give this like a 4.5 at least. Um, but if if they still like ruined it, I mean, the lowest I think I'd have to go is like a 3.8 score. I think that would. I mean, it's done
They'd have
so
to
good
really
of work.
butcher it, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
they'd have to really butcher it to get to that. But like, I mean, right now I'm shooting 4.5, almost 5 here. If they bring down the landing and freaking nice, smooth, and it's gonna be a little bumpy for sure. We know it's gonna be a little bumpy on episode 8. With some deaths coming in, and I think that's what we should be. I mean, I don't know who's gonna die, but I think that's kind of what we should be expecting here.
Mm.
So, yeah. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think this show could easily, if I mean, they'd really have to screw it up. Man. They
Right.
would really, really have to just tear me a new one in order for me to really not recommend this movie or show. I think the lowest I'd probably give, if they butchered it, it's probably a 4 out of 5, which is still a pretty decent score. Um,
Right.
what I'm really hoping for is that they end off with a bang. If they kill somebody, fine. If they kill him off, kill off Ahsoka, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Just have to be consistent. You have to make it big, and if you're gonna do it, you have to make it emotional, right? I want to feel the feels. I want to feel the freaking feels. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so Talking about what's to come, because next week we're going to talk about the last episode of Ahsoka, but we're on to some other things. We're going back to the Marvel stage. We're going back. We're going freaking back.
Oh,
You know what comes out this week on
yes.
Wednesday or on
Oh, I do.
Thursday? One of the two.
Oh, I
don't
do.
remember. It's freaking Loki season 2.
Loki is back, dude.
Loki is back. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't know. Did we didn't talk about Loki season 1, but Loki season 1 was good
No.
show. I'm really hoping that Loki season 2 is going to be good. And we're going to be watching that moving forward. It's kind of nice, dude, like having like TV shows every week that, hey, we do our podcast on and we go talk about it. It's like a fun little thing, you know what I mean?
It's a good time, dude.
It is a good time.
This is what, life with Matthew and Regan is. Like, we go watch movies or shows, not necessarily
Not
movies,
just movies.
TV shows or movies, and we get to talk about it with each other. And I that's one of my favorite things to do is, throughout the week, so, I mean, number one, spending time with my wife, but, coming to you and really just talking about stuff, chit chatting about all this fun stuff. So, oh boy, here we go.
We've got our.
Oh,
Kaylee got her a Halloween costume.
yeah.
And she's the freaking. I don't even know what this is.
What's her name from Monster Inc?
Solely from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Say hi, Uncle. Say hi, Uncle again.
And she's looking at herself, probably like, "What am I? I look hideous, Mom."
No, she's looking at you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is what she's wearing for Halloween, I guess. Even though I don't celebrate Halloween.
You freaking devil worshiper. Man, I freaking knew it.
Yeah. So
I really knew it.
but yeah, so let's freaking close this freaking thing out with a freaking bang. Ladies and gentlemen, if you liked what you saw and you made it to this point, leave a comment down below. The special word that you need to put in your comment is solely. Okay? Solely. If you watched to this point, leave a comment, leave a review with solely in it, so that way we know that you made it here. Check out our Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere, podcast, Chaser, Spotify, Apple Podcast, anywhere. It's the Goof and Goober Show.
The Goof and Goobs.
The Goof and Goober Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next week. Wish us luck as we go over to Northwestern St. Paul to friggin' play the friggin' Eagles and break their friggin' necks.
Let's friggin' go.
We're going to friggin' take this thing out. Regan, go ahead.
We'll see you guys later. Peace.
And that's a wrap on another hilarious and unforgettable episode of the Goof and Goober Show. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did recording. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future goofiness. Join us next time as we continue to explore the weird and wonderful world of laughter and entertainment. Remember, you can always connect with us on social media and share your favorite moments using hashtag Goof and Goober Show. Until next time, stay goofy, stay goober, and keep spreading smiles wherever you go. Thanks for tuning in to the Goof and Goober Show with Matthew and Regan.